So, the ambassador, what do you think about the comment, Kao Denero is the best in Africa? Do you approve or not? Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Just My Opinion podcast. Today we are going to be answering a question which we have seen a lot in the comments, right? A lot of people comment, Kao Denero is the best in Africa, King Leo, the king of Freetown, the best in Africa. So we're going to be looking at this, like what makes people feel like he's the best in Africa? Do we actually believe he's the best in Africa? What are some of the things that we see puts him at the top? So we're going to be answering that. Stay tuned.
So I mean, like even in America, it'll be a very controversial discussion to say who is the best. So if you go Forbes or let's say Forbes wise, every now and then, I recall growing up, that was some annual thing that we looked forward to. Who will be the richest hip hop artist for the year? One time it was Master P for some years, then it went to Puff Daddy, then it went to Jay-Z, then Dr. Dre came at one time after selling his Beats by Dre, he was stopped. So all of those things would differ. Now when it comes to lyrics, it's very relative. So I can just tell you, like, out of emotions and my feelings, who is my favorite person. But to say this is the best in Africa, unless we have some numbers, we set some criteria and say, okay, we're going by this, and that. Because the list can we can be everywhere. I mean, we can say we're going by followers, YouTube subscriptions, how much he has in the bank, his endorsement deals. So to set certain criteria, and then we look at all those numbers, and then we aggregate things, and then we say this is the best. To say somebody is the best, I rather group people saying, okay, these are the people who are looking like,
Okay, so let's go lyric wise. So we've spoken about all these criteria, the views. We know with views analytics online, we have spoken before that Kao Denero is a little bit behind on that, and I know in some past episodes you had given suggestions on how he can boost that up. Yeah, so let's talk about the lyrics wise. How would you grade Kao Denero?
So as I said, rappers differ. And you like different rappers for different things, same as you like different songs for different, how you feel right now. You want to be philosophical, you want to be emotional, you want to talk money. Based on your state of mind, you like different songs at different times. But now, if we just come to straight up, and because I tell people, like, we find ourselves in a playing field where everybody has an opinion, especially with social media now. So when I ask somebody, like, why do you say he's the best rapper? No, the guy can rap. He can rap. Why do you say he's the best rapper? No, he raps very well. What do you call rapping very well? So those are the things that I like to break down. I tell people, like, so you could be looking at the flow. So that's why I like Kao Denero. I feel like he has good flow. But when it comes to lyrical, I mean, like, when there is rap, which from the school of rap which I'm coming from, it's borderline poetic. So it's a lot of things from literature, poetry, and things like that which you do in school, which translates. So when you look at a guy like Tupac, who came from the literature school of art, or Biggie, whose mother was an English teacher, they have a certain diction and a mastery of those things which you feel like it's street, but it's not really street though. They actually took their time to study those words, learn how to play with words, learn how to be smart with those things. So there's a lot of poetry in those things. Then you have the street rappers who just have the flow. And then he has the cocky lines, and then so the flow is just ability to the words to jump on the beats, and then it's melodious like that, and it's entertaining to the ear. So there is a flow. But now when I go to things like the bars, the metaphors, the puns, the crossovers, the linear rhymes, the double entendres, at times triple entendres, things like that. I tell people, like, it's like you build your house, then you come and do finishing. To some people, the beauty of the finishing comes as they're building the house. To some people, they need to build it all and then come and then think about how to do the finishing. Either way, there should be some conscious effort in the direction of finishing. That's what I'm calling. So all of these things don't just appear into songs. It takes its time to think about it. How do I play with this word here? How can I use this metaphor here? At times it hits you, because I also have some experience in the rapping thing. At times it just hits you on the go, but at times you have to stand and think, how can I make this verse smart? But either way, you need that in songs. So I feel like Kao Denero, I like him mostly for his old school flow. He has that biggie, big pun. There was a way they took it easy. Like it when you call me Big Papa, throw your hands up in the air. So they enjoy, they give you time for the rap to sink in. So Biggie and most of those other guys had that, but there was the energy of which Pac had. So Biggie and Pac had a different flow. Biggie was a fat guy, laid back, just saying his thing, dropping his rhymes. Biggie was better at telling stories. He was not a very engaged rapper in his lyrics. So that all of those things. So I would just say, okay, I like Kao Denero's flow. He plays around with some deepness, literary devices and the rest, but I feel like it is still shallow. So as I would tell people every day, at times it's not fair, but that's my opinion. I feel like the deepest rappers don't necessarily have the best shine. So when you are talking about number one, is it number one in terms of shine, club bangers, commercial songs blowing out, or are you talking about who is doing the work school literature wise, like really making it art? So there are two ways to look at it. So if it comes to the work, I feel like his deepness is so like deep can also be like in terms of how much sense. I mean, like, if you listen to KRS-One, or let's say I Know I Can by Nas, where it's talking about the Egyptians, this, that. That's deep. Then now he plays around touching literary things, but also going deep in terms of depth of it, getting engaged with things. So Kao Denero, I find him deep in the sense of he's very engaged. He might be one of the, if not the most engaged rapper right now. She has done a song like Lumumba. When you listen to interviews, he always has the Pan-African diction thing pushing out there. So he has that push. You also have a guy like Falz in Nigeria, which also very engaged. And can see his leadership things now in all the political troubles in Nigeria. So I feel like Kao Denero, his literary skills or his poetic skills when it comes to rap are shallow. Because I usually just pick out the number of metaphors, one or two there. But as I tell people all the time, Drizzlick, Lyrical Joe, King B Swag, Mex Cortez. When those guys will balance the commercial and their lyrical skills, it's going to be very, very interesting. We can now be able to match up things like, okay, because at times I listen like, okay, when they say Drake, people can say, okay, we bring Nasty C, we bring Casper. But when they say Nas, who do we bring from Africa? Yeah, Nas is a certain level of deepness, but there's another level deeper than Nas when you say KRS-One. We don't even stand a chance in Africa when they say KRS-One. When they say, let's say, that these guys who do rap, they also does like spoken word, Grand Corps Malade in France, Kerry James. We can go, yeah, we have people that we can match up to that. But when we talk about Grand Corps Malade, Kerry James, who do we put out in Africa? So I'm really hoping on this generation now of the Drizzlicks, the Mex Cortez, Lyrical Joe, King B, to give us that depth and engaged artists who can blow up commercially but still have some depth to them.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like Kao Denero is very engaged. That's why I like him. He has a good flow. He's deep when it comes to his metaphors and things he's doing. Now, still come back to the discussion of who is number one. What usually just closes that debate, like as I always say, Nas won the battle, Jay-Z won the war. It's money-wise. We know we don't like, people like to talk negative about money is the root of all evil. Money will take you to hell. But we all know money is that one thing that just closes that debate. When you're like, okay, yes, you are handsome. Yes, you have lyrics. Yes, but I have money more than you. I make more money. Yeah, that way. Yes. So now I feel like money-wise, he has a chance. But I cannot really talk on it because I hear him talking about entrepreneurial things, but they are not yet manifesting in front of our eyes. Same like when Jay-Z was doing his reasonable doubt things. He was talking all things from his street experience, but it is translated and we saw what he did with Rockaway, his, how do they even call it, Escata shoes, his drinks, his liquor things. Then do we say, yes, this guy knew what he was talking about, was giving us all these things.
Okay, so for my opinion, I feel like Kao Denero, like you said, there's still some work to be done, and he keeps on working. Like during his interviews, he always says like he's still working and he's doing the work. Yeah, and I like the fact that he is still like, no matter how long he has been in the game, he still looks at like there's still a lot of room to grow, and I still want to grow. I remember during the
He has
interview,
that youthful energy.
exactly, he has the youthful energy.
Yeah, like he just got into the game. He's still very
Yeah, but like when Africa just recognized him, and a lot of people feel like, okay, this is just somebody new in the game. But then he put out a lot of projects showing like, I've been here for
like,
long.
I've been around.
Yeah, and
Don't feel like because I'm excited, I'm just coming to this thing. I'm just naturally excited like that.
Yeah. So it just, that's just a mindset of, that's a good mindset. Somebody who is like, you know what, no matter how long I'm doing it, I'm still going for it. Yeah. So, and like you said, the whole Pan-African vision, which I think it's excellent. The Pan-African vision thing
is very engaged.
Yeah,
very engaged.
It's really amazing. Yeah. So I just think one thing which needs to happen, like I think he mentioned during the interview that at one point in time he was very comfortable being the king of Sierra Leone, and he was already filling stadiums in Sierra Leone, had the fame in Sierra Leone. But then he was like, I don't just want to end at the Sierra Leone level. I want to expand. I want to see other countries in Africa and get there. So I think at one point in time his competition was mostly Sierra Leone, and he was feeling like, okay, I'm already at the top at this place. So now he's competing with the rest. He's competing with the rest of the world. So I think his best that he's looking forward to has kind of expanded, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to go to that bigger best. Okay, so that is what we think about Kao Denero. We think there's room for growth. We think we think he's doing his thing. Like the ambassador said, he says the flow is awesome, the engagement, that's incredible. Yeah, but we're going to be rounding up with this segment of the Just My Opinion podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in.
And just some few words. Also thinking like maybe Kao Denero must not necessarily be, I don't even want to start competing with the Narcissists and the rest. I feel like he instead has room to transform into like Jay-Z should not compete with Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. He can instead translate, if he did not blow up as an artist, he can translate into that godfather figure behind the scene, where he has certain connects, he has certain roots on the ground, he helps other Sierra Leonean artists. Like I told you, like I'm shouting Drizzy today, but when we shout Drizzy, we are shouting Kao Denero, because we will not know of Drizzy if not of Kao Denero. To me, though, I'm just saying me. Maybe people know about him here. So I feel like let him not even get too bothered about the whole thing of king or no king. Let him just focus on creating that position in the whole rap landscape where people look up to him as that figure. I tell you, like KRS-One is not the richest. He's not the best song-wise. Not so the best song-wise. But when you call KRS-One, there's certain respect which is just given to him, the industry, just there. I'm like, that's his own lane. Just give him there. So I feel like Kao Denero can occupy that space in Africa where he's just that OG like that. He can rap. He has shown you guys that he knows how to rap, but that might not be his priority. So he's doing other things here.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so that's it from us. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and see you guys next time. Bye. So the ambassador, what do you think about the comment Kao Denero is the best in Africa? Do you approve or not?
I don't approve yet.